welcome. Hello, welcome friends and fellow seekers. Is that a Christine I see? It is. Hey, Leanne. Mimi. 444. I know. It's a fun number, isn't it? Oh my God, you're here. Hi, Samantha. Welcome. Hello, Christine. So good to see you. Nancy, my local friend. Hi, Caroline. Welcome. How's the sound? How's the video? Can people hear the music okay? Let's see what we got here. I love this song. Perfect. Thank you, Liam. I love that swan. Oh, that is pretty. Hello, Andrea. Hello. First time, Caroline. Welcome to ChakraTouch. I'm happy you are here. It's funny because my butt has been dragging most of the day. Let's put it that way. I have been really low energy. I've been sort of doubting my scheduling a little today. And we talked about that in Jackie Mancuso's live this morning. Hello, Andrea. Good afternoon. Yeah, definitely. Mercury and Capricorn. And retrograde, which Jackie's my authority on that. So I know enough to know things, but get in trouble with astrology. So I don't try to get into it too much. But yeah, I've been dragging. I had a live yesterday in the early afternoon, and that was beautiful. And then a very busy day yesterday with lovely meetings. I went to bed feeling so lovely and so content and fulfilled. Like I got a new client last night and I met a new friend on Zoom and had an amazing chat. It was just a really delicious day. And then today I'm like all tired out, worn out, dragging. I had to spend an hour on my scheduling app trying to figure out why appointments on Saturday weren't showing up the way I wanted them to, which was fine. I like trying to solve puzzles. I'm a bit of a puzzle master, but it really wasn't until about 10 minutes ago prior to the live that I was like, okay, I can do this live. I can show up. And even if I'm tired and if I can't channel or if I can't read anything, we will meditate and we will talk and we will support each other and just hold a loving vibe. So I'm here. I'm feeling a little raw energetically, and I'm just tickled pink that you guys are here, and that makes me happy to be amongst fellow seekers and friends. It's kicking your butt. I'm sorry to hear that, Leanne. Who else is here for the first time? Your back went out and it left you behind? Oh, I hate when my back leaves on me. Your back. That's curious. So, Caroline, first time for you. Congratulations. Christine, have you been here before? I can't remember. I don't think. Andrea, have you been here? Leanne, maybe you're all new. Are you all new? I know Nancy's not. Thanks, Nancy. New, old, current, in the moment. Yay, welcome. Am I saying your name right? Are you Andrea or Andrea? Or Andrea? That's another one I've heard of. I'm just Greg. My name is so easy. The third, Andrea. That has kind of a European feel. Oh, you popped in. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And my dear friend, me. Is this your first time? Getting warm. I think I'll take this off. It's so funny that you're here, KT, because um because I was literally trying to get some energy going by dancing about 5 minutes before this live, and I was thinking of you. I thought that was really funny. Just like, oh, Oh, I wouldn't want to put this up on Instagram for KT to see, but it was pretty funny. Uh, I was just trying to get into the moment and into my body. I believe in being as embodied as we can. So, welcome. It looks like we've got a small start, which is fine. Lots of folks usually come on later. For everyone who has never been to one of my lives, I'm super thrilled that you're here. My name is Greg Phillips. I do something called, oh, very okay. Welcome, Linda. That's cool. Now you get to hear the beginning. I do something that I call ChakraTouch. This is my gift from the universe to me. Um, kind of, it's been a long journey. It showed up in my life initially about 15 years ago when I was living in LA. And this is a fun story, actually. I was doing, at the time I was heavily involved in an ecstatic dance community called the Five Rhythms of Gabrielle Roth. And I was at a class, and one of my dear, dear friends suddenly stopped moving, and I could tell that she was distraught. There was something that was upsetting her. I didn't know what, but I was just intuiting that she was having a hard time. And I just felt called to move over to her, dance over to her, and I placed my hands on her heart chakras, the front and the back, the chakra, but those two spots. And suddenly, I don't know what happened, but I seem to have opened myself or something, and love just sort of flowed through me. And then I could feel and sense that she needed grounding or that her mind was busy or whatever. And my hands just sort of intuitively moved. And lo and behold, I just danced away after about a minute or two. And after class, she said, "What did you do? What was that?" And I said, "Well, I don't really know. I was just loving up your chakras." And she said, "I just felt so much love and so relaxed." And I thought, oh, this is fascinating. And then I didn't think much of it. I did it a few times for friends, and years went by. And then about a year and a half ago, I had a counselor say to me, "Greg, you're a spiritual healer." And I was like, don't use that word healer. I don't heal anybody. That's not my business. Right. A little bit of resistance there, maybe. And he encouraged me to do some practice sessions with my friends, my closest friends and family. And I did that earlier this year in March, and found out, because my very first one was remote, found out that when I remotely touch and tap into someone's chakras, I can actually see how their energy is moving inside. So I actually start to see patterns of movement. I see shapes and I hear sounds, and I begin to describe and reflect that back to the person that I'm focused on. And together, then I coach them on how to use that energy to their energy, really, to smooth out a clear blockage, or smooth out like erratic movement in the mind, or what I call body owie, something physically going on with them. Hello, wink, Christine, you're back. And and one thing led to another, and I've always wanted to be on Insight Timer for the last 2 3 years that I've been using this, and now here I am. Pretty new teacher, and this is about the 2.5 week of live. So what we do here in the live is we do this beautiful starting meditation based on kind of how people are doing and what we need. And then I do readings. So if anyone is interested in a reading, we can put you on the list. All right, Christine, we'll do it. And we'll hold off on actually putting your intention and question in until I let you know it's your turn. But, oh, Kate, you'd like one too? Okay. Oh, cool spelling. Love that. I don't know if we'll go the full hour and a half. So we'll see how my energy is. We'll see how your guys' energy is. But we'll do at least an hour today. Would anyone else like some support and guidance? And it could be about anything. I mean, I've worked with people who have physical issues coming up. I've worked with mental, emotional, spiritual. Sometimes there's no shift. Sometimes it's just I help them gain awareness about something. And other times people have a really nice release or a shift, whatever. So I'm not attached to the specific outcome. I'm just here to be of service and support. So we'll start with Christine and Kate when we get to that point. If anyone else feels like it as we go, you can certainly call it out. So how is everybody today? I'm dragging, but I'm happy to be here. Let me know how you guys are feeling. There's some blinking going on, sorry. Where are we all at today? Feel free to type in chat how you're feeling, what's going on. If you're aware of what kind of support you need, or if you're just here to hang out and enjoy the moment. Hmm. Oh, wow, Caroline. Yeah, that sounds intense. Caroline's just trying to release trauma from a head injury yesterday. Ow. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Who else? Anyone else want to share? If you don't want to share, that's fine. We'll just go into meditation and start with readings. But I love to hear from you guys. Hello and welcome to the new people joining. We're just checking in, seeing how everybody's feeling right now before we start readings or a meditation and then readings. Well, I'm personally feeling like I could use some grounding. How does that sound? So maybe we can do a grounding meditation. So I work a lot with hand placements, and throughout the live, if it's not your turn to have a reading, I often invite the rest of the folks in attendance to support the focal person with different hand placements and feeling in and doing different things. So we'll start. Take your left hand and place it on your belly for me. I'm going to just roll back a little bit so you can see where it is. So my belly button's right about here. I like to focus on the spot right below it and have your thumb like roughly resting over the belly button, and then place your other hand right on top of that. And we'll just start with meditating from the core today, right down where we can get some grounding. So close your eyes and move your mind and mental focus to that spot where your hands are touching and holding your belly. And if you're sitting, try to do your best to sit up straight with your feet flat on the floor. If you're lying down, just make sure you have easy access to the front of your body. You can feel your body touching whatever you're resting on. And just begin to breathe normally as we focus on that connection between our hands and our belly. The lower three chakras are very much about the physicality of our lives. The root chakra is about grounding and security, connection to the earth, general physical well-being. And the second chakra is about life force, creativity, passion, sexuality, and sensuality. And then the third chakra is strength, courage, power, will, the ability to walk through challenges as well as face joys. I'm aware of whatever you're sitting or lying on, be it a chair or whatnot. And just mentally note all the different spots on your body that are touching that chair, couch, bed, whatever it may be. Feel the backs of your legs touching that, your arms resting somewhere, your back on the back of the chair. begin to let that piece of furniture transform in your mind as you find yourself floating on a vast ocean of calm waves, just gently holding you up as you gracefully and gently bob up and down on the water. And that water feels so loving and supportive that you just reach out your arms, you spread your legs, and you just sort of float free. Water is carrying you under a beautiful golden sun. And as you look up, you see fluffy white clouds in small patches floating by. The water slowly turns into a river and floats you onto the bank. And you see a beautiful, really large, very green and very verdant tree. It has a massive trunk with huge, strong roots and big limbs reaching up to the sky with its beautiful green leaves. It's very in full bloom with its leaves, and it looks very inviting, surrounded by lush green grasses and flowers that smell just so beautiful. And you feel called to get up from the shore, and you walk over and you sit down right next to the tree. And you just wiggle a little bit till you find a comfortable position, resting between two large supportive roots, and you can feel the strength of the tree through your back. And as you breathe there in rhythm with the leaves swaying, use your mind and sense how deep the roots are. This tree's roots run very, very deep through levels and layers of soil, passing underwater, channels. You can feel the roots spreading out. And you just know this tree is solid, and you feel it giving you that deep supportive energy, holding up your back. Time seems to stand still. You just bask in the sunlight and the fresh breeze that blows by your face. And you're filled with a calm, profound sense of well-being. The tree is reminding all of us that no matter what's going on in us and in our lives, the universe, source, spirit, the divine has our back. The divine is there, strong and stable, loving and supportive, just like this tree. And as the leaves rustle in the wind, we hear a voice Dear one, you are safe. You are secure. And you are deeply loved. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to me. I will always be here for you. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and then exhale through your mouth. Another. And we'll do one more. And on the exhale, I encourage you and invite you to sigh, moan, groan, make an audible noise as you exhale. Just let it all go. Stand up for a moment. And in a spark of initiative, give the tree a big old hug. From your heart to its, thank it. And then as you gently walk away, begin to come back to this moment, to your physical body, to the rest of us in this live. And slowly open your eyes when you're ready. Ah, how did that feel? That felt great for me. I hope that was good for you guys too. Take a moment to check in with yourself and let us know, how are you now? And hello to the 20 odd people that have joined since we started that meditation. Welcome. Feel free to say hi and where you're joining us from today. Somebody on the live this morning was actually on a flight. So they were saying joining from 30,000 feet, which I thought was hilarious. Anyone feel some ease and a little bit extra calm after that? Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I know, right, Kate? So true. Still trying to figure out working with chat. Body feels more open, Caroline. Wonderful. I love that for you. Anyone else want to share before we start readings? While we're waiting, Christine, you can prep your question, intention, focus, topic, whatever it is, other than your back, I would think. Well said, Claire. Feeling more connected with the divine and less in the ego negativity. Yes. Our lovely ego, an essential part of our existence here on the planet, but hopefully not our dominant part, right? I spent so many years working on dropping out of my mind and into my heart. Oh, good, Lan. Oh, Christine says it was lovely for her and great. I'm glad Leanne is feeling less anxious. Margaret, hello. Welcome. Wonderful. I'm so glad you think that was wonderful. Any of the new people first time here? I never know how it goes, Christine, so we will wing it. She says, I was busy typing my question before, not sure how this goes. Hello, Margaret. Welcome to your first time. This is ChakraTouch. That is my gift that I give people, as you will soon find out when I tap into someone's chakras based on the intention or question or guidance they're looking for. I can see how their energy moves, and I begin to describe that and reflect that back to them. And together, we work to find a easing, a relief, or a release, a shift, possibly, or just a deeper awareness in the moment. It's fascinating when I do this because, our energy, I was thinking about this last night, our energy is probably one of the purest parts of ourself that's in the moment. Like our energy is never in the past and never in the future. Our thoughts and our emotional reflections on things can be in the moment, they can be in the past, they can, I mean, I've spent plenty of time in my head in the future, thinking, projecting, assuming, planning, practicing what I was going to say, things like that. I've spent plenty of time in my head in that. But the energy is just totally in the moment. And so when I read it, it's very much about what's going on right now. And I love that. And so it's really, really, yes, I'm going to be doing this right now for Christine. Yeah. And this is, to me, this is a beautiful gift. At its core, it's about loving presence, or just love and presence together. And a reminder to all of us that we have this beautiful energy that we can work with. Yes, it's a service. Thank you, Margaret. All right, Christine, what do we have, my friend? While she's doing that, I will let you guys, I will invite you to follow me on Insight Timer if you are enjoying this live, or by the end of it, if you realize, oh, this was wonderful. My profile is there, and I have a link there to my link tree. It has all my socials. I've got a budding YouTube and Instagram channel. Not a lot on there right now, but I do love to connect with folks. And we also have a wonderful group on Insight Timer called Circle of Love, which is named after the final meditation I do here on the lives, which is such a great loving vibe. Alrighty, Christine. She says, I guess I intuitively know it's stress, but it's also physical. Yeah. Besides doing my normal preventative exercises, how can I prevent this from happening? Do I need more grounding, or is it something more? Okay, excellent. So let's drill down, and I have a few questions for you, my dear. And let's see, we'll start with, when did your back go out? Tell me about when that was, what was going on in the moment, and if you can, which I have a feeling you can, what you were thinking about in the moment when it went out. This time. Okay, very, very good question. It is funny, but I'm assuming it's been feeling good until this recent occurrence, right? If so, let's focus on this time. So in my spiritual view, which I have learned, sort of adopted from Abraham Hicks and another channel that I've followed for years now, um, a chronic pattern of thought can end up generating a chronic pain in the body because the cells, and we had a wonderful, wasn't that quote on IT this morning? Our mind, how was it? Somebody can find it. Our mind is in our cells or something like that. So the thoughts are just energy, right? Emotions are energy in motion. Thoughts create our emotions, and those emotions and thoughts have a vibration. The emotions are our guidance system indicating where our thoughts are based on whether it's a negative or positive emotion, comfortable or uncomfortable. Okay. And then that vibration is picked up by our cells and it travels around our body and usually over time will manifest physically in some form. And sometimes chronic stuff, I mean, I'm no doctor and I'm not medical, but sometimes chronic stuff gets just so far that we need outside help, whether that be a healer or a doctor or medicine or whatever it might be. Christine says, yes, it was yesterday when I was getting ready to go for a stress test. Okay. So tell me more about what you were thinking about. Yes, feeling overwhelmed. Okay. We're going to start at your heart, but I'm going to check everything. Oh, wow. The energy in your heart is like your heart is pumping overtime. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Oh, it's like boom, 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 boom. Wow, it is pounding like you're running a race. Mm. Let's see what's going on in the mind. Busy there too, my friend. Oh boy, wow. Let's see. Try and get a clear picture or sense. Okay. So let me see if I can describe this. This is beautiful. Um, so in your mind, I'm seeing this. It's not quite a ball of energy. It's kind of like it's like a cylinder of energy, and it's bouncing around like this. So it, it's bouncing like a pogo stick, if you will. So it's going boom, 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 and every different spot. So if you picture there's like a floor in your mind, and it's bouncing around, boom, 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 boom. So I'll use this pen, boom, 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 and it'll stop, and it'll look around really frantically, like looking for something. And then it'll bounce again. It'll bounce around until it stops in another area and it'll look around and it'll look around and it'll look around. And then it's bouncing again. Can you tell me if that is resonating, if that's how your mind is feeling, if that's how your thoughts are feeling? Because that is very specific pattern of movement. And your heart is pounding to the bouncing. So let me know if you're with me on that. The Energizer Bunny. Okay. Okay. That's me, the Energizer Bunny. I have trouble focusing and staying on task. I did just eat chocolate. I love chocolate. I don't care what people say. I love it. Um, well, I think this is not so much about the chocolate and maybe more about the focusing. Um, Let me see. Where does the back hurt, Christine? What part of it? Lumbar. Lumbar is okay, down. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go down. What I'd like you to do, my friend, is just return your hands to where we had them for, okay, you have sciatica. Good to know. Just return your hands to where we had them for the meditation there on your belly. Okay. And let's just focus there. I am sensing you are needing a lot of support and grounding right now. The fascinating thing with overwhelm that I've learned through my life experience is that it's a real feeling. You know, you sit there, you say, I feel overwhelmed, whether you can identify that or not, you're feeling overwhelmed. And the interesting thing for me is that invariably, every time I feel overwhelmed, it's coming from a pattern of thought that I am sitting in my mind with that says, I have to do this. 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 And what that usually means to me and my mind and my poor little ego is I have to do this alone. Only I can do this. I'm the only one that this burden is on. And I basically fabricate a false sense of urgency in that. Now there is such thing as real life urgency, emergencies and whatnot. But even, deadlines and things that we deal with from day to day. So what I'm wanting to do is get grounded in the belly. And I want you to picture deep in your belly the most calming scene or scenery that you can think of. Maybe it's a babbling brook or a forest clearing or holding a yoga pose or somewhere in the mountains. And just let me know in chat what you're seeing. And if anyone wants to offer loving support to Christine and also gain some grounding, I encourage you and invite you to place your hands on your belly as well and just focus. If you're feeling grounded, focus on that feeling of grounded and extend it outward for the rest of us. And if you're not feeling grounded, do the same that Christine's trying to do and picture something that is the most beautiful, calm, and nurturing scene. It could be in your home or it could be out in the wild. So for Christine, she's out west in the mountains. So Christine, just find yourself in your favorite spot in the mountains. Maybe you're the type of person that likes to look up at them, or maybe you like to be up in them looking down at a beautiful valley. I'm sort of picturing you sitting on a mountainside, hiking. Okay. As you're hiking, keep your eyes out, and a spot for resting is coming up soon. It's got one of those rocks that's just perfect for sitting on. It just seems like it has perfect shape to comfortably sit down, that your upper legs are supported and you're behind and that your lower back are supported. And there's plenty of rock face there behind it to lean against. And just gently sit down. Be mindful and easeful as you sit. Just feel into the cool rock beneath your warm body. And look out at the scene. Breathing gently. Let me know when you're there and feeling connected to that rock seat. Awesome. What I want you to do is be mindful of that rock and just look around. And you begin to notice that right next to you, maybe it's the same rock, maybe it's a different one. There's a spot, another sitting spot. And you think, I bet my heart would love to sit there. And just take your mind for a moment and look up into your heart space and invite your heart to come and sit beside you in this beautiful landscape. And it's busy pulsing and pumping still, but it takes a moment. It's a little hesitant. And you look at it lovingly and say, it's okay. And you pat that rock next to you like you're talking to a child. Come, sit with me for a moment. And it believes and trusts you, and it decides to pump its way down, and it sort of jumps up on the rock, and it sits for a moment. And maybe you put your arm out and place your hand right at its back. I have said this many lives, but I have this theory that the backs of our heart do not get enough attention in life, maybe from a good hug or the support of a tall-backed chair or even our bed, but frequently as we move through the day, back of our heart just doesn't get any attention. So place your hand on the back of that heart and just let it rest with you. Invite it to take in the mountain scenery and the crisp, fresh mountain air. And it gently and slowly settles in. The heart is now beating normally, almost rhythmically. And you can tell it's easing and it's calming. It feels the support from your hand on its back. And you realize that the mind has stopped moving. It's still bouncing, but it's not bouncing around. And it's looking down at you guys, and it's sort of longingly looking down there like, oh, I want to join them. That just looks so comfortable and safe. And so in your mind again, look up and just look up to that mind, that cylinder of energy, and invite it to come down. There's a perfect spot for it on your other side. Just invite it to bounce its way down your body. It's bouncing and bouncing. And then it comes to settle on your other side. Man, it realizes how tired it is. I'm feeling there's some sadness there that's coming up from the sense of exhaustion that your mind has. And just let it plop down on the rock, and maybe it needs to lie down. And reach your other hand out and just place it gently and lovingly on that cylinder of your mind. Spirit, source, and divine, please grant us your divine courage. Give us your strength in these moments of challenge, these moments of stress, these moments where we think we need to do everything and everything alone. Please lend us your strength to face what lies within us and ahead of us, so that we can remember that we are never alone and that the source and love are there for us. And Source, while you are at it, please fill our hearts with your love. Help it to expand and open. Help us to remember how much we love ourselves and the people around us. And we also ask for your divine wisdom to come into our mind, to clear our thoughts, to open our perception to that which cannot be seen. We thank you for your support. Christine, my friend, you are never alone. You always can ground in Source, in God, in Spirit, whatever it is you identify with as the divine. And even though this is a busy time of year and you have preparations, they do not have to be perfect. They do not have to be a to-do list driven by the to-do list, but hopefully guided by your love for the people coming to visit you, the love for your family. I'm sensing that the back threw out because it left. It literally, like we were joking earlier, it literally left your body. Your back went out. We don't know where it went. Maybe it went for a lunch break, or maybe it just needed to get away for a moment. And that pain could simply be telling you, take some time to yourself. Practice some rest and self-care in between the busyness. Or whatever nurtures your soul and nurtures your body. And remember that we are human beings. That being is our true essence, and doing is just something that we have choices around. Great work, my friend. That was awesome. I hope that that was helpful. How are you feeling? Do you have any questions? And are you feeling complete? Oh, I'm so glad you were here today, Christine. She says that was lovely, Greg. So nurturing and healing. Yes, I will do that. Thank you. That's why I took the time to be here today. Christine, if you need a quick 5 minutes, people seem to be really liking my quick divine invocations to start your day. I think it's useful anytime you need a reminder that the divine is available, limitlessly available. I forget so easily. When I was weary earlier today, I had to stop and remember that my guides were there. And I said, oh, hey guys, can you give me a hand here? I have a live and I want to be present and available and be of service. And sure enough, they smiled and offered me support. So the same is possible for you and all of us. That was wonderful. Good work, my dear. Good work. Okay, Kate, please prepare your question, intention, guidance. I have room on the list still, my friends. If anyone else is interested in a reading after Kate, she's the last one on the list right now. For anyone who has come in new, we're doing ChakraTouch readings. It's my gift. I use the chakras in my hands to tap into other people's chakras, whoever's in the hot seat, so to speak, right now. And I can actually see how the pattern of movement of their energy, and I work with them to coach them and guide them to shift it, move it, resolve it, accept it, whatever is needed in the moment. Meanwhile, IT encourages us to remind folks that if you feel so called, please do donate. If you're on an Apple device, you've probably heard this a million times. If you go to lives, I encourage you to donate through my profile page, not in the live. If you don't know, Apple is taking 30%, whoa, from donations. I don't mind. I mean, there's somebody in Apple who probably needs to put food on the table. So that's the 30%. But if in your heart you're offering a donation, which is a lovely energetic exchange, I appreciate and never expect. And if you want me to receive the the whole of it, if you will, then kindly consider doing it through the profile. Also, please do follow. I love the people on Insight Timer, and I believe that we are building awesome community, which is so vital and important in the world right now. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Emotional healing. Yes, Julie, that is possible as well. It really depends on where the energy's at and the person's intention and desire. So, Kate. Also, I record these lives, so I invite anyone to follow me on YouTube. You can find the link in my Insight Timer profile to all my socials. I record these lives so people can replay them or revisit them, or a friend who never made it can see it. And I put them up on my YouTube, usually within about 24 hours. Julie, are you wanting a reading? Are you asking to get on the list after Kate? Hi, Stephanie. Are you also... Okay, Julie's going to go next. Stephanie, did you want to get on the list too? Is that what you're saying? It's hard for me to know. Okay, let's see. So say that while I begin to work with Kate. Okay. Well, Stephanie, you were guided here for a reason, so hopefully you can get that support. All right, Kate, what do we got, my friend? I'm integrating 2 days of work with a healing guide, feeling full of divine connection and love. Would love help grounding and integrating. Okay. Ah, that sounds amazing. 2 days of work with a healing guide. Congratulations. I love that for you. Feeling full of divine connection and love. Would love help grounding and integrating. Nice to see you, Stephanie. Glad you're here. All right, Kate. The desire for grounding. I'm sensing hmm, is it a desire for grounding? This is to see if you can answer this. I think you can based on how you described your question, but is it truly a desire for grounding, or are you feeling, what's the right word? Are you feeling challenged with being present with this amount of divine connection and love? So I'm not really sure why I'm making this distinction. The last one, because that's what was coming through for me, because there is, and then let me ask another question, Kate, just so that we are making sure that I'm on the right page with you on this, because I'm really, really intuiting right now that presence is the key, because there is a beautiful quality to love and divine connection that can be very grounding, but also incredibly unfamiliar, right? This is like sometimes we get filled with so much connection and so much love that it feels like unfamiliar territory, right? What I want to make sure of, is there anything, the word that is coming to me is there any sort of flighty thought, if you will? Like, let me see what you have in your mind. I don't think so, but I'm wanting to be clear that of where we need to address. No, your mind feels very lucid and gentle, like a gentle breeze. Are you feeling flighty thought? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So Where in your body are you feeling the love and the divine connection? Right now, I'm working with your crown chakra, which is our connection to the divine. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just being present with it. And I encourage you to place your hands right on the top of your head there, like this. Okay. Heart and temples. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So all of your upper chakras. All right. So here's what I want to do. This is great. So this is beautiful. Kate, this is amazing. Whatever the work you did these last 2 days with this healer, I can just feel it. Your heart is so full. It's funny because sometimes I think my capacity to love and feel is constrained by by my body, by my actual chest cavity, but I mean, I've seen this. I see it in Kate right now, and I feel it in all of us at many different times. And our capacity, the vastness of our heart space is huge. It's bigger than us. Kate, I see. Oh, your heart is full of these almost like emoji size hearts that kind of like the hearts on the stream that the way they bubble up and sort of just perk. It's just, I could feel it. I could see it just like little hearts just bubbling up in your heart space. It's really beautiful. So let's do your hands on your heart, my friend, and just picture into that heart space and see those hearts bubbling up like an IT live stream of hearts there. And just feel into them and let yourself just be amazed. Look on at them as they just bubble up and just look at each one and be like, that one is beautiful. And that one is beautiful. And look at that one. It has a different red, and this one has a different beat. And this one sort of has a lilt to it as it floats up. And when you're there and you're just witnessing, just open minded, open hearted witnessing, recognize that they're not just floating up, but they're floating down too. If anything could float down, it's more like how leaves fall to the ground gently, sort of making that rhythmic flight until they land. And they're just doing that from your heart down to the belly, down to your sit bones, and even down through your legs into the ground. And this is you, Kate. You are love. We are love. You're in it right now. There's nothing that needs doing. You simply can just bask in the beauty and the magnitude of how much love and connection you're feeling. And if anyone else in the live wants to be there too, it's really beautiful. If you're an energetic sensitive like me, I encourage you to place your left hand on your heart, reach your right hand out, and just imagine putting it on the back of Kate's heart, right there on her back, lovingly resting it with support. And Kate, feel into that love and that support from all of us. This is the true essence of love. You may be feeling the vibration so powerfully that it feels like you're going to get thrown off, but I don't feel that. I don't see that for you. I see it as so comforting and so nurturing and so present in you. And you are, the more you just watch it in wonder and amazement, the more present you are with how it's connecting you to the divine. Hmm. Let me know how you're doing, Kate. I think we'll do one more thing. So as we focus on the heart there, it's now sort of just, yes, I thought so. You are in bliss. It's just bubbling hearts now. It's not directing them anywhere. It's directing them everywhere, and they're just on their own. Each one has their own personality almost and just way of moving, and it's just slowly and lovingly and gently filling your body. Just see those little heart emojis spreading throughout your body, and they're just saturating your being. They're filling your head all the way out to your ears and oozing around and softening and soothing those temples. And they're spreading out through your arms and all the way out. Even the tiniest of emojis can make it out along the fingertips, down your legs and up and down your back, and just let them fill your body. It's beautiful. Fill your body until your physicality and your body disperse into this humanoid shape made out of emojis. Pure love being. And deep inside you, bow in love and appreciation for that which you are. And then let all those hearts gently disappear, disintegrate, drift away, whatever it might be, leaving just you. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing your heart with me and everyone else. What an amazing, beautiful experience. Oh, how are you? Wow, wow, wow. Yes. Hopefully you're feeling more present with all that. It was so awesome for you to be so open and vulnerable with us in that way. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm almost crying. I'm so moved. I'm so moved by that experience with you. It's like almost brought me to tears. I love that. Good tears. Yeah. You're in such a precious moment, Kate. Just be with it. Just be with it, my friend. Reminds me when my mama was dying, I had lost everything and the family flew me home and I was able to live with her in hospice and stay there for 3 months while she was passing. And every day we were just in the moment of that day. And every day was precious, just precious. We didn't talk about what was coming. We just lived in the moment together from day to day. Yeah, the love that the connection that you're feeling very much reminds me of that. And it's just very moving. Thank you for being here and sharing with us. Yes, it is very precious. And what a great reminder, Kate, that you are giving us that we can stop and take moments. There's a lot of different love exercises that I like to do to help us connect again with that. Maybe we'll do one later. We are going to do one later. Julie, my friend, my new friend. Thank you, Kate, for being here. Thank you for sharing. Julie, you are up next, my dear. Present and thank you. Yes, present and accounted for. Didn't we used to do that in school? That was silly, but I loved it. What support would you like? What guidance? How can I be of service to you today? And hello, everyone else who joined. We're doing ChakraTouch readings where I tap into the person's energy. I have this gift of being able to witness and listen and see the movement pattern and the feeling of the energy and then guide them to whatever the energy is needing in the moment. Depression, apathy, sadness, can't pinpoint. Debu, hello. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Ginger, hello, my dear friend, my new dear friend. Julie, tell me more about this, okay? Depression, apathy, sadness, can't pinpoint. You don't need to pinpoint too much. Just open your heart for a moment and imagine that you are sitting down with a dear, dear beloved friend and you're just wanting to share without story, without judgment, just real, present, this is what's going on. Immobilized. That's a very good descriptor. Okay. Just keep sharing with me as I feel into what, and the rest of us too. And everybody can just hold a space if you want to put your hands on your heart and just tap into that heart space and love that Kate was feeling and just extend that to our dear friend Julie here, okay? Or just hold it inside, lonely. Hmm. Julie, do you like dogs? See a puppy dog in your mind. The puppy dog, maybe it's a kitty, but right now it's a puppy dog. It's one of those really cute ones with the long droopy ears. It's not a Dachshund, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's got a very droopy energy. So it's, if you picture in your mind for a moment, my friend, there's a floor there and it's walking around and oh, let's see. It's kind of like going, there's a sound to it. It's a silly sound, we'll see, but it's kind of like going and it's not skipping, it's sort of like plodding. La-di-dum, bum. It's not even la-di-da, actually, that's wrong. It's more like and then it stops for a moment. The poor thing is tired. It's weary. And your heart is weary too. Yeah, it's kind of shuffling. I mean, it has to little bit pick up its feet, right? But it's just sort of dragging itself. Meh, 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 meh. I don't know where this is coming from, Julie, and I'm not attached to it being right or wrong. This is all in service of you and the divine, but is there something that you have given up on? Oh, sorry, it's all blurry all of a sudden. And by given up, I don't mean let go in the spiritual sense. I mean given up. Just, I give up. I resign myself to this blech or whatever it is. Is there anything particular in life that you've just given up hope for? I think that's what I'm asking. Losing weight. All right, everybody, let's just hold space for that in a moment. Julie has given up hope for losing weight. Julie, you've gained 80 pounds in 8 months with menopause. Okay. Sounds like Lori is relating to that. She says she's struggling with Lyme diet and it's been a rough journey. Julie, my dear. So believe it or not, I've been through the weight gain and the weight loss experience. When I was in my early 20s, I bottomed out on food addiction. I ended up getting support and help. I was 250. Lyme disease. Thank you, Laurie, for clarifying. I was 250 pounds at my max when I was still weighing myself at that time. This was around 20. I was 23 or 24, which is a long time ago now, believe it or not. I'm going to be 60 in February. But I completely bottomed out, and I'm sure I was probably heavier because I couldn't weigh myself anymore. And I ended up getting help and support. Eventually, it took a while. It took a year and a half to lose the weight, but I understand that struggle. I grew up hating my body and hating how I looked, and thinking other people hated it too. Hello, Ashley. Yes, hopefully it can, Ashley. I'm running a little overtime on the list, so I can't add you right now, but we'll check in towards the end of the list. Okay, my dear. Laura, Julie, I'm feeling a disconnect in you, my dear. The puppy in your mind has forgotten about the love in your heart, and I don't feel any grounding. So we're going to do a group meditation here, a little ChakraTouch practice I call the love bomb. Okay? Everybody can participate in this. So Julie, what I want you to do, my friend, is to close your eyes and place your hands right on your heart like we've been doing a lot today. Apparently, we're all needing a lot of loving support, which is fine and beautiful and true. But what we're going to do, and everybody can join in this if they want. So Ashley, this might help you. Yes, your IT family is here for you, Julie. You're not alone, okay? The struggle may feel very real and it may feel very lonely, but we're going to hopefully give a dose of connection here for you. So just focus your mind right in your heart center. If it's a trouble, if it's a challenge, just feel the connection of your hands to your chest. If you can, reach in even deeper with your focus right into your very core of your heart space. And what we're going to do, I call this a love bomb or a heart bomb. Just bring to mind one person, place, or thing that you love, and in a way, quality of love and appreciation that is so pure. There's no stories, there's no judgment, there's no second guessing, there's no thinking about it. You just think of the thing and you love it and you know. And just begin to mentally list it off. And everyone else in chat, hello. No, it's not the end, Paris. It's perfect timing. You're close to the end, but not quite. Anyways, join us in this meditation, Paris. If you feel like sharing anyone who's also doing this love bomb, just write it in the chat. Just one word things. I love my favorite chair. Like some of my stuff is, I love chocolate. I love pineapple. I love burritos. I love sharing with a friend. I love the meetings that I had yesterday with new people that I'm getting to know. I love the time with Insight Timer community, the loving space that's there, and just begin to barrage your heart with anything and let it just flow through you. Just barrage that heart with things that you love. Just bomb it and keep listening. You might have a favorite pillow or a favorite blanket. If you are a lover of pets and animals, think of them, list them off. You love teaching art, Debu. There we go. Just let it stream, guys. If you want to share it in chat, please feel free. It helps all of us. And just bombard and barrage your heart with all these things. I love that moment when you wake up and you've had the most perfect rest. I feel so completely rested And no matter what's happening for that day, in that moment, it's such a delicious feeling. I love that. I love when I'm really, really thirsty and I suddenly realize that I'm parched and I get a beautiful, delicious glass of water. And even though water has really no taste to me, it feels so good going down. And I love deep, heartfelt hugs, the kind where the bodies are right heart to heart and they just hold each other. Just, hi, how are you? I'm here. Ginger says, sunshine on my face in the morning, connecting with authentic people about real things in life, helping people calm their nervous systems, helping people move forward in life and feel better, talking to her dad, hugging my mom, seeing a beautiful horizon. Love bombs, yes. Julie, you love synchronicity. Ashley, I love the progress I've made and the support I can give. Great energy, by the way, Greg. Yes. Just feel that, Julie. Just feel it in totality. It is filling your heart, my friend. This is you. You are love. We are love. We are all love. It is always available to us. And when you love bomb or connect with the divine or whatever tools that work for you, because they don't have to be my tools. If they're my tools, great, let's have fun with it. If they're another tool, knock yourself out with it. Whatever it is, when we access and tap into this love, which is who we are extensions of source and divine energy and divine love, then we remember that we are not alone. We are not our bodies. Whatever you're thinking about your body or trying or whatnot, when you can fill your heart with love and be present with what is. My long-standing favorite teacher, Dr. Peebles, he's a dead guy that a friend of mine trance channels. He always starts his sessions with, we encourage you, my friends, to have loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves. Loving allowance. Not this resignation, not this giving up on hope, but this ability to hold space for whatever is in the moment without judgment, without stories. Julie, you are beautiful. You are loved. You are safe and you are secure. I can tell you your path, my path to weight loss was not through effort. It was not through working on it. It was through making the inner change first. And when I began to do that, the hope came back. And at some point, I don't know where this came from, probably from divine, but at some point, I believed that my true and real body would eventually reveal itself. And I began to not focus on the weight as much as I began to focus on what was happening inside. And use this love bomb if you need to in a clutch moment. If you find your thoughts getting squirrely, my friend, if you find your thoughts generating negative emotions, because that is the dynamic, that is what happens. That's our energy. Stop for a moment. Practice stopping for a moment. I don't know why I'm going to tell you this story, but this is an example of catching yourself in the moment. When I began to lose my weight with the support of other people, or I should say, when I began my spiritual journey, really, at that time, I was more focused on the weight loss, but I really wanted to grow spiritually. I made the intention, I asked God for increased awareness. Okay. And I found that in the first few months of this, I would do kind of this mindless walk to the fridge. I would suddenly catch myself, hand on the fridge door, door wide open, other hand reaching for food in it. And I would suddenly catch myself in that moment. Thank God, thank Source. And I'd stop. And I'd stop and I would realize I'm about to eat something and it's not mealtime. What's going on? And I would sit there frozen in front of the fridge. How embarrassing if somebody were to see that. At the time, I thought it was embarrassing, but for me right now, I think it's beautiful. And I would stop and I would be like, oh, what just happened? What am I feeling? Comfortable or uncomfortable? I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Okay, what just happened? Because that doesn't come out of the blue. It comes from a thought or from an event. And I'd realize I just had a stressful conversation with a friend, or I was just sitting in my room ruminating about where money was going to come from, or I was like obsessing about God only knows, who knows, right? Yeah, yeah. I used it to numb. I don't anymore. It's my friend now. Food is my friend, and I welcome it. And I overeat sometimes, not a lot, but enough to feel uncomfortable. And then I just return to Source and return. But my point is that as time went on, the first month I would catch myself before I'd pick up the food in the fridge. A month down the road, I would catch myself and I wasn't reaching for food, but I was standing there with the door open, my hand on the door, and I'd catch myself. And then a month later, I'd be standing pacing in front of the fridge, no open door. And then a month later, or however long it would take, whatever the process of time was for that, at some point, I'd catch it before even before thinking I should go to the fridge. And I'd be walking around trying to process, trying to figure out from wherever the event, the moment, the thought originally came from. And eventually, those kind of moments died down and food became nutrition instead of an escape. So I hope that that helps you. Let me see what everybody else is saying. Julie says, thank you so much. Had beautiful release of tears. Oh, God bless. That is so amazing. Didn't make the connection to my weight until now. Yeah. And the other thing I want to share about that, Julie, and this is a reminder for all of us, me too, because I forget so easily, but whenever we want something, money, a relationship, somebody to behave differently than we'd like, somebody to do what we want, weight loss, weight gain, a change in our body, whenever we want something, a new home, a new car, whatever it is, no matter how deep it is in us, it's always because we're wanting it because of the way we think that it'll make us feel. And so instead of asking for the specific thing, which in my belief system limits the universe's infinite ability to deliver, if we ask for the feelings that we want, freedom, joy, love, appreciation, hope, contentment, flexibility, fun. If we ask for those feelings, if we ask the universe, source, divine, God, love, spirit, whatever you identify with as higher than you, as your connection, as your source of connection, which is why a lot of people say source, ask for those feelings and let the universe knock your socks off. It will over deliver as long as you consistently ask for those feelings. And when we do that, we're focusing our mind on the real thing we're wanting and actually the vibration of it. And when you vibrate at that level, the universe says, hey, they're wanting to vibrate really high. They're wanting love. They're wanting connection. They're wanting freedom. They're wanting flowingness, mobility, whatever it is. The universe says, can do. I'd love to do that for you. And I'm going to show you how amazing it actually can be. And I know this is hard to believe, and I know this is hard to practice, but it's very powerful when we do it. And suddenly the details, the specifics like melt away. And we suddenly realize, wow, I was really obsessed about that person in relationship when all I was really wanting was connection and love. It's that simple and that beautiful. Julie, good work. Are you complete, my friend? Amazing work. I believe in you. We all love you and support you. And Source loves you. Yes, complete. Yeah. Awesome sauce. Love that. We've got a few minutes left. Stephanie, how are you doing? I'm inclined because I started a little tired to not go over time. I want to check in with you. Have you gotten what you need, or do you need some more love? Because I'd like to wrap up with our circle of love. So checking in with Stephanie. If anyone else wants to say how they're doing, good, bad, or indifferent, please share it. It might make the difference to the rest of your day. Your M. I'm a challenged typist. I love talking more than typing. The readings have helped. Wonderful. Okay. And Stephanie, you are always welcome to come back to the next live. It's Friday, 4:44. If you come early, it's easier to get on the list. Christine, I'm glad you feel better. Triple hearts to you, my friend. Always lovely seeing you at Jackie's lives and now here. Ah, Lori. Okay. Lori, we're gonna do this last love meditation, so to speak, and I'm just gonna invite you to try to drop in as much as you can. And if anyone feels so called, I welcome donations. I welcome you to follow me on Insight Timer. We have 144 people here. God bless you. Oh, that's so amazing. I'm so glad you were here. Follow me on my socials. And if anybody wants to drill down on any particular work and you sense that I can help you, I invite you to explore privates with me. Feel free to just message me directly on Insight Timer and we can chat about that. So I'm sorry I don't have time for the rest of the people. I do have to keep the boundary of balancing and preserving my own energy, as we learned in Jackie's live this morning. So we're going to wrap up with the circle of love. I just love this thing. So drop into your body, my friends. Place your left hand on your heart. We've done this already earlier today. We've already done a love bomb, so there should be a lot of love there in our hearts. And if not, just focus on that spot and hold your other hand out, your right hand out, and just imagine placing it on someone else's back that's here in our group of 144 meditators. And if you want to send love towards them, that's fine, but you don't have to. You just have to open up and be present. And feel the love in your heart. If it helps to focus on one of the things, the people, places, and things that you love, please do that. Use it as a buoy, as an anchor to focus your loving feelings. And we'll just begin to breathe normally and comfortably. And if you feel so called, picture 144 people in this exact pose, linked together in a huge circle. We're all one energetically anyways. Whether you had a reading or not, whether you feel better or not, just picture this vast circle and know that you are safe, you are secure, and you are deeply loved. This is the message from Source. This is the message that we carry to each other. And here on Insight Timer, we get to mirror and reflect that for one another and remind each other of who we truly are. Thank you so much for this meditation time together today. Folks who had readings, you did amazing work. Anyone else who felt a benefit from that, you did amazing work. And you really didn't work. You just were. You were just being present with your own energy. And it's really that beautiful and that simple. Take a deep breath in and let it go. One more. And on this last one, when we exhale, just give the greatest moan or groan or sigh that you can give. So breathe in and out. And lightly, gently, lovingly shake your arms, shake out your body. Bow either physically or in your mind in thanks and honor and love to everybody here. I feel like a big, mushy, soft-hearted goofball right now, which is both of those are my essential natures. So thank you for helping me feel better today, because I was dragging it before the live. And I hope that you all have a beautiful rest of your evening. Come back and join us again at another live Fridays at 4:44. And I think I'm going to do Tuesdays at 2:22. Those are PM Eastern Standard Time. What else are we saying here? Ashley, the group dynamic has helped and guidance. Just need to stop overthinking and focus on the truths. Yes, I agree, my friend. Stephanie, sorry, crying most of the time. Good release. Much love. You know what? I've been afraid to cry in the past, but now I'm just like, let it out. Let it out. We are worthy and deserving of release and of love, however it comes. Stephanie's grateful to be here. Christine, thank you as well. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for saying glad that I'm better. Stephanie, yes, good day to you. Everybody, I'm going to go. Carry the love in your heart until next time. And if you've got the feeling of openness and want to share it with somebody, have a little share with them, and maybe that'll brighten their day. So love you all. See you in the future, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.